Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Imani and I love all things planner and self-care related. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss new content. In today's video, we're just gonna plan for the upcoming week. This is an exciting week for me. My grandfather is turning 80 years old. What a blessing. So we are actually going to go see him this weekend and I'm really excited for that. I haven't been back in Alabama in a very, very long time. So I'm excited to go see him. So there won't be a lot of plans this week. A lot of it is just, that vacation prep, which is really fun. But of course, there's always things to do. I'm still working through my monthly to-do list, still working on my goals. So there will be some things that I need to accomplish before we leave. So I'm excited to plan for that. So grab your planner, grab your favorite planning utensil, whether it's a pen or a pencil, and grab your favorite beverage and let's get to planning. So before we plan for the upcoming week, let's take a look at the current week. As you can see, I started off really strong. Let me tell you what took me out. That dinner at 5:30, we actually got there early. We got there around like 5:15 and we didn't leave until like 8:30. So by the time I got home and relaxed, I knew that I was not gonna accomplish anything Friday. And Saturday, I actually had a lot of free time because I didn't film on Saturday, so what I did instead was go shop the Sephora sale, just fun things. And I spent a lot of time with my mom and my nephew, so that's what I spent my Saturday doing. I got nothing accomplished, so anything that you see over here, like I just didn't do. I paid some bills, but other than that, we still have a couple things I want to try to get done before the week is over, so it is what it is. We'll see what we get to, and everything else that I don't get to, of course, will be placed on a to-do list for the upcoming week. So let me tear these out and get something to write on so we can start planning. What's really interesting about last week is that I didn't really use a lot of sticky notes. I don't know if you recall seeing Monday from, what was it? It would have been April 1st. I made like a really long to-do list right on the insert, and I just kind of worked on that. So anything I didn't accomplish on Monday, I passed over to Tuesday. And I think because I was so productive in the beginning of the week, I really didn't need to write new to-do lists as the days continued because I just knew what I needed to do. So I don't know if this week is gonna be the same. Like I said, it's definitely one of those like preparation weeks as we get ready to go out of town, but I don't know, y'all. I love my sticky notes, so I want to see if I can find a way to incorporate them back into my planner, of course. So, all right, I think what we should do is start with kind of the trips, like the bigger things, the bigger tasks right here. So this is the day that we leave. So I'm just going to write leave Buffalo. Okay, so we're gonna write leave Buffalo, and then the party is this evening, and I believe it's around, I don't even know what time it is, honestly. I just know I need to get there. So we're just gonna, I wrote 7:30 a.m. Ugh. Well, it's definitely not 7:30 a.m., but we'll just keep it because I don't wanna write anything else just to mess it up. So the party is that evening, and then we are going to Top Golf here. So just write Top Golf or golfing. Okay, so I actually forgot to mention this in the beginning. I'm trying to remember to do that before I actually start planning. So I'm using the Keep Right pen. It's a deli pen in 0.5, and it has the needle pen tip, which I prefer, definitely. I'm realizing now I think needle tip works really well for me and how I write. And what I mean by that is just like how I hold the pen and how much pressure I apply works really well with these needle nibs. So that is what I'm using to plan for today. Okay, so what I did here was just lay out most of the tasks. I actually did forget one. I have a nail appointment here, and I think that is at like noon. I'm gonna have to check that. I'm not sure exactly what time the nail appointment is at, but I know that I do have a nail appointment that day, and I actually took time off. So I'm gonna write PTO here. You know, I'm gonna continue PTO. I was thinking of using an arrow, but I think I just like the idea of, oh, well, I'm not really taking PTO on Saturday because that's the weekend, so I won't write that there. Now, the hardest part for me sometimes is picking out what highlighter I want to use. I'm really feeling the purples. It's been kind of rainy, a little cloudy here where I live, and well, today, of course, the sun is bright, but during the eclipse, and we're actually in the eclipsed kind of travel range, like where you'll see the total eclipse, it's gonna be cloudy. So I'm like, a freaking course. Like, of course, on one of the biggest days, we get clouds, but I'm trying to be grateful still. April really does give me all the purple vibes. So what I'm gonna do is just highlight some of the bigger tasks here. So I do have that nail appointment. We leave that day. The party is that evening. Hopefully everything goes well with all of the flights. Also, I'm needing all the good vibes, y'all, because Timber is going to be going to a resort, and he doesn't really do well with strangers. He's not the most socialized dog ever. He's definitely a pandemic dog, but the last time we tried this, he was too nervous to go, so I had to find a sitter like the day I was leaving. So I'm hoping that by dropping him off the day before we leave, it will give him time to adjust, and if I need to go get him and find somebody else, we'll do that. But send Timber the good vibes that he is on his best behavior on Thursday. Those are the bigger things that are going on, because the 8th, 9th, and the 10th, I don't have anything, and I did that intentionally so I can get some things done. But I know I'll still need a to-do list, especially for the 11th. So let me at least write to-do list. What's really funny about this to-do list is gonna be very trip oriented. So like packing, because I like to just wait till the day before. I already have a list in my head, but to actually like wash all my clothes, take any clothes, pack shoes and stuff, I like to wait until the day before. So I'm gonna put packing there. Next, I put Target so I can just get the little travel size things like soap, toothpaste, things like that, so I can take on the trip. So packing, Target, Timber. I'll just write Timber pack so I can pack Timber up to go to the resort. And then I think that should be it. Just packing, the shopping, and getting everything together. So I'm gonna put this, I do want to highlight to do, and I don't want to leave PTO unhighlighted, so I might actually, once I go here, I won't go back. I feel like that'll be too much color on one page. I'm actually just going to use a gray. Okay, I like that, so that the purple can stand out and be its own star. I was going to use the pink, but I changed my mind, so I like that. It looks good so far. Let me know in the comments below, what do you have planned this upcoming week? I know personally at my job, a lot of people had last week off because it was spring break for all the local schools. So people were in Disney, they were going on trips. I don't know if it's spring break where you are, but let me know if you have any fun plans this upcoming week. This party kind of came at a surprise, and what I mean by that is because we don't live there, we just didn't know that, you know, the family was thinking about throwing a party. So this was not last minute, but it was still like, oh, okay, I didn't really anticipate on taking a trip in April, but you know, it is what it is, and it'll be fine. So the last two things I want to do are the encouraging words at the top, which has really been helping me when I open my planner and I sit down and I take some time to work on anything personal or like content related. I really like having the encouraging words up here, but I want to be intentional about it, so I'll give that some thought. I think what'll be easier to start with is the to-do list. So let me pull out the list from last week. so that I at least know what I need to carry over. Okay, to no one's surprise, I of course did not get taxes done. I think I have everything I need now. I actually was waiting on, I forgot, like one of those tax forms from work. So now that that finally came in, I am going to try to finish them this week. And I say that because obviously taxes are like a week away. So I'm really trying to get that done before we leave. So I'm not rushing when we get back to do it. But I need to put that first so it's top of mind. And then I'm gonna highlight it as well so I don't forget. So obviously taxes, I looked at some of the car classes and I'm just trying to figure out which one would be the best option. I feel like at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. You just kind of have to pick one and go about it. So let me get those two highlighted. I still want to stick with, I don't know which one I'm going to do. So I'm going to finish the list and write out a encouraging word or two, and then we'll figure out which highlighter we want to use. I feel like I have a little bit too much purple, which is why I'm hesitating and thinking maybe I should do gray. Planner problems, right? Okay, let me give some thought and finish. Okay, y'all, I went with gray because I thought the purple would be way too much because a lot is actually highlighted here because of the events below. I normally don't have as many events going on. If anything, it's one a day, right? But because there's so many bigger events or meetings or things that I have to do and accomplish that are not like task related, there's a lot of purple. So I went with gray up here, which I like. And I am going to use gray up here as well when I highlight my kind of weekly mantras and encouraging words, we'll call them. Change of plan. So I'm not gonna highlight the encouraging words up at the top. I'm gonna leave it blank. I normally highlight it. Here's the prior weeks where I will cultivate mindfulness. I did highlight that, but I feel like the pink, because it doesn't leave as much of a mark or it's not as bold as the purple, I feel like that was okay. Here though, I don't know. So I'm gonna leave it blank for now. And then if I choose to highlight it, we're gonna use gray for sure. So it's not as much purple. Well, this is it. These are the plans for the upcoming week. I know that this is not gonna stay the same because what I actually plan to do is, now that I've planned out my outfits for the trip, it's not like a super long trip, but I like to then sit down and write, okay, I'm gonna pack these many pairs of, undergarments. I'm gonna pack these shoes as option 1 and option 2 because unfortunately I'm one of those people who really loves options. I don't like being stuck with only one option. So I do like to take multiple. And then there are a couple things I just want to get together logistically. Older daughter problems because I rented the car for us. So I want to make sure I have that confirmation number and just having all of that all together, right? So things will be on paper and then I'll transfer anything I need, of course, to my digital planner, which is my phone calendar, so that way I have access to all that information. But I'm very excited. I'm excited to fill this up and get to-do lists everywhere and just be productive this week. I'm feeling better. April was great when it started off, a little rough towards the end of the week, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like we can accomplish this week. Well, I hope that you enjoyed today's plan with me. If you have any questions about the products you've seen in today's video, you already know you can let me know in the comments below, or you can send me an email. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.